Hi, this is definitely an unexpected upload. I did not expect to actually sit down and work on this, but like the situation just called for it. So recently, I've been sending my friends a lot of these screenshots of how my Apex Legends looks compared to like the normal game. Colors are a lot more vibrant, characters pop out more, the shadows look a lot better. And honestly, people have just been asking me how I do it because it kind of looks like ray tracing, but kind of not. It kind of has a similar effect, except the best part about this is that you don't actually lose performance in the game by doing this. Loading up into the firing range, you can see that my Apex Legends looks exactly how everybody else's does. Colors are kind of washed out. Well, like for my eyes at least, like my eyes are freaking so used to the other settings that I just can't look at this anymore. One thing in particular I'm going to slide down and show you is armors, because this is how you can really tell that this is working. Armors have some of the strongest, most saturated colors in the game. We can like kind of spot the difference immediately. But first, let me show you how exactly I do that. So if you have an Nvidia card, you can do this, but not so much AMD, because I mean, they might have this feature, but I'm not really sure yet. What you want to do is you want to press Alt-Z. If you have GeForce Experience enabled, you might be able to Alt F3 and go into the setting called Game Filters. I actually have a few that I set up here. Immediately as I switch it, you can tell that my colors are just freaking like, insane. Like, the difference is actually night and day. I'm gonna open these up real quick just so you can take a quick look at them. Probably gonna zoom in on them a bit so you can actually take a closer look and find the settings that you want. Keep in mind that I'm playing this game on like an old 2008 Gateway monitor, so the settings that work for me might not be exactly the same for you, but the end result should be the same as long as you sit and tweak with it for a bit and find what works out for you. You can see right here, like I said, armors have the most saturated colors in the game, and immediately you can see like the armor pops out so much more. Like it has more bloom, it's so much brighter. I can back away, I can go really far away. You know, I can still make out the shields from that far away. It's really great. Um, Another thing that's actually really good about this, and I'm going to use the Havoc rifle since it has like the most pronounced iron sights in my opinion. Back in the past season of Apex, like season 11, your crosshair used to actually have a bit of a neon glow to it, and it doesn't anymore. Like even if you go into customs and you look at this, it has a glow, but when you don't have the filters enabled, I know you probably noticed this, it doesn't have the same glow. Like let me turn it off real quick to just show you what I mean when I say that. Kinda has the glow, but it's not as strong, it's not as pronounced. You can't really tell unless you're like looking directly at a dark wall. But with the game filter on, you can see it. Like it's really bright. It's hard to miss. Like even if you're putting it next to colors that like are kind of similar to it, you can still see where your crosshair is. And that's the best part about this. It just makes things so much more visible. While I'm at it, I'm probably gonna just go ahead and make this a brief tutorial for any friends that I'm getting into Apex on like my bindings, what exactly everything does, how I play the game, because I'm actually going to leave a config in the description for them to download and use if they want it. But first and foremost, you're going to want to pretty much just copy everything in the gameplay tab that I have here, and everything in the video tab. Keep in mind you can turn off some things like sun shadow detail, you can turn this off, dynamic spot shadows, you can turn this off, ambient occlusion, you can definitely turn that off. FOV is purely up to choice. Like there are videos, I'm going to link one in particular that like shows you how to get 120 FOV, which is the maximum for this game. But personally, I play on 110 because I prefer it that way. I come from Destiny and Team Fortress, and I'm just more used to having a more zoomed in FOV. I can see everything. Usually, like if you're not like recording like I do, you don't want to have borderless window turned on. You want to switch that over to full screen, but I'm not going to do that because I'm recording. But a quick rundown of what my bindings do. For starters, I have scroll wheel. Scroll wheel down is actually a jumping button, so if I want to bunny hop, I can crouch, scroll, And this is actually a pretty common bind in the Apex community. I don't think there are many people who like don't use this because it's useful. There's no reason to not have this when you can just like already your movement can be pretty insane. Another thing is that my upper scroll wheel is a use button, so I can quickly pick up ammo if I need it. But it's not only a use button, it actually makes me go slightly forward every time, and that's for tap strafing. Again, this is something that you're gonna have to like go and learn from other videos, but this binding will at least like give you a like decent like assist to do it. Think of it as air strafing, but like of course you have to scroll forward as you're doing it out of a slide jump, and you can turn around pretty quickly by using it. That's how I'm doing this. I also have I have my heal set to F because it's just faster to use that way. I mean, like maybe you might want to change it, but personally I like it this way. My grenades are mouse 5, melee is mouse 4. I actually have a Logitech G402, so I'm able to like I have these two extra buttons that are usually like DPI shifters, and instead of that, I bound one of them to my inspect key. Like you can set just any random key to inspect, and then just go into your Logitech settings. My weapon like mode switch button is actually X, so if I buy this to X and go back into Apex, you can see I pick up the carbine, press the shifter, single mode, auto mode. Hope you have a little bit of an easier time learning the game. I know I'm still pretty early in. I'm freaking bronze. I'm not really that far ahead. I'm just decent at death matching, and us noobs should help each other out. So I hope this does help you get along.